second hill, if you don't lock down spawns, of just breaking by 4-man flooding up the left side. Like, don't even waste time trying to go through ammo to get spawns initially. Just keep flooding. And then if you keep the pressure and force the other team to spawn back ammo, that's fine. Like, you lose the spawns, but you can still get a decent chunk of time. Because a lot of teams, like OpTic and Mindfreak, both of their setups, they put a lot of pressure on ammo. And so if you just expose the left side, you'll be chilling, of course. At the start of this game, nades are doing pretty well for OpTic game. Each able to get a kill.
Doesn't get much easier than that when they get you your first couple. Formal dropping one shot there. We'll have to back out of the hill, but he's got help coming on in from the rest of OpTic Gaming. As they're just trying to hold that side of the map, obviously, for the next spawns. Awkward team kill comes into play there. Dens and Fida trading kills around this hard point as you see one player from Mindfreak trying to develop middle map. It's going to be Shocks looking for the pinch in courtyard.
Buzzo just put like 90 bullets through a wall that entire time. But yeah, no, he can play a bit slow sometimes, but obviously there's value to trying to go through the wall bank just to try and catch people as they go through the door. But yeah, Formal started out 4-0, got streaks, got a little bit of hill time as well. And more importantly for OpTic, well, they have the spawns early on. So now we get the opportunity. How does Mindfreak try and break it? Do they all flood up the left side, or do they try and funnel through ammo? Because you can see there's one player, now make it two, dedicated to the right side of the map, and one player's mid-map. It's Parma by himself in this hill, and there you go. Two players coming in from the left side, and now OpTic Gaming, yeah, it's great. They have the spawns, but these aren't easy gunfights to get into the hill to win it all. So Mindfreak making some solid adjustments, but you still got to come out on top of the gunfights. Fighter trying to do just that.
We saw a lot more back in the beginning of the year where if you had these back spawns, it was very easy to hold this front winery push, but I feel like as time has gone on, that is not the case. Mindfreak currently just contesting this hard point. Finally, Scump and Karma will challenge, but it's Dens with the three-piece that keeps it in control right now for Mindfreak. Will he get the multi-kill? He does, and streaks to follow. A major individual play from Dens to bring his team within a couple.
Absolutely, and again, that's a situation where OpTic Gaming just hasn't made an adjustment. They've had the same setup on this hill for the longest time. Mindfreak took their defensive setup from OpTic Gaming. That's what they do as well. But again, TK, Red Reserve, they've kind of exposed the flaw. So again, just thinking long term of how the meta of the map adjusts. Either way, though, Mindfreak, not only do they get the scrap time, not only do they get the streaks, they're going to have the setup for the next hill as well, and they should be able to take the lead on this game. And the question is, just how far can they extend it?
Well, 49-49 about to be the score. OpTic using the glide bomb, trying to break towards this hard point. You see that number 7 Karma, sorry, just sprinted on through, trying to get to the hard point, but OpTic can't break the spawns following. So, yes, the glide bomb is used. So far, they're just trying to fight for any little hill control they can get. If there's a silver lining here for OpTic Gaming fans, it's at least that they've kept Mindfreak out of the hill for the most part so far. So they still have a 10-second game, but it will be OG breaking on in. Even if they get the scrap time, a very even game so far.
Secondary question for OpTic Gaming in terms of their strategy. Red Reserve, when they know the other team has a fighter pilot, how many switch to Mountain? So far, we have 0, and we're going towards the open hill. So we talk about OpTic Gaming like, yes, they're veterans, but still, there's a lot of decision-making that it seems like they haven't gone that extra mile into thinking about their gameplay. But not only is there a lack of Mountain, there's a lack of gunfights being won inside the hill for OG. Mindfreak trying to take control and get the lead once again. Of course, Formal has a fighter pilot to disposal as well, but he's not even going to use it for the moment. He's just trying to find Shocks and should be able to do just that. That's 3 down in favor of OG.
And there has been so much time that's just kind of been left. This whole game plays on out. We'll do 3 full rotations with how the scores are going up to this point. OpTic trying to fight for any second they can here at the lookout post. Shocks will trade a couple back, and now it's OpTic coming off spawn, flooding towards the hill. As we have a tied game yet again.
Yeah, nice back and forth game. This is, what, the 4th or 5th time we've seen the lead change off. But either way, OpTic off the back of Formal having a very nice start to the game as well. Possible lead over at the start. It does seem, though, that Mindfreak's going to be in the early control of the hill. Of course, though, OpTic, they do the pinch coming in. It's Formal coming up from the top side of the map. The rest of OpTic Gaming coming in from the bottom. And there you go. Formal continually doing damage.
OpTic now, slight edge, but again, just scrappy gameplay. I'm surprised, Chance, with how low scoring this game is that the game clock isn't lower. It's still 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I feel like with how it's played out so far, it would be a hell of a lot lower than that. Again, teams, it's just a fight for 5 seconds at a time, it seems. we haven't seen anyone really lock down a full 60 up to this point.
Not at all. And now you see Karma going for that full rotation as well. But players from Mindfreak, they're going to be at least a little bit privy to it. But Scump's winning the gunfights as well. And Mindfreak, they're just going to spawn all the way out. Shocks, yes, he's alive and in the hill. And it doesn't seem like OpTic Gaming is entirely aware, although Scump is trying to make sure to clear out the back. So an important gunfight here for Shocks. That does not go his way. Mindfreak very far away from the next hill.
Yeah, and this is probably the toughest break setup we've seen so far from these teams in recent time on this map. Here we go. Mindfreak trying to break back in there, now down by 40. Entry kill middle map, but it's Karma watching Arch, and he's got a crossfire with Formal, who's looking over as well to help his teammate. And he's going to do just that. OpTic holding the front door for now, but they're going to have to come off spawn quick because you can see those blue arrows inching closer and closer, and there you go. The gunfight's won by Fida and Shocks. Nades coming in to zone out Formal. Again, we've seen this more and more chance, it feels like, that the team trying to push through that outside field area does a better job of contesting. This is now 20 seconds they've contested.
To OpTic's credit, though, these should be easy cleanup kills at the end. So, yeah, Mindfreak puts the pressure on the left side, but OpTic did a much better job that time around. So this was a close game where I think, you know, OpTic had a slight lead on Restaurant. It has just got not completely blown out of the water, but this is the biggest lead we've seen so far, and OpTic Gaming does have time to get the rotation as well.
You know, Chance, when OpTic got 100-point club by Mindfreak the last time these teams played on this map, I don't think they had 3 players positive. You know, they were definitely losing the slang as well as just kind of having the whole map fall out of their control. That's the opposite case here. They're up by 70 right now. They do have the slight slang advantage, and here comes the fighter pilot to try to clear these players out of the hill. Fida and Shock should both be dead. Buzzo now pinned in the back of the map, but oh, is that a missed call out by Karma? He's looking at the complete wrong direction. Buzzo just shoots him in the back.
And I will say, yes, those players did not have Mountain, but neither does OpTic. But both of these players have been sitting on the fighter pilot for, what, 5 or 6 minutes. Now, you can't leave Mountain on for that long. It's going to be too costly. So sometimes you just have to make concessions. Either way, though, OpTic Gaming, 1 player left alive in the hill. Crim6 probably just going to fall here, going to get traded out. The PPS age at close range as well. Trying to stay alive long enough, but not going to be the case. Shocks able to pick up 4 through that duration.
OpTic, I feel like you're happy that fighter pilot was used there for like 20 seconds instead of being used on the rotation toward lookout post. 178 to 122. OpTic in early control again. They do not have control of top red, but wow, that nade could not have been more perfectly timed. Keep in mind, Shocks on a 5 streak, and as I pointed out, he does get cut down.
There it goes, and it's worth pointing out as well, part of the problem, it seemed from our way back when, week 1 for Buzzo, was in the hard point, least amount of kills, least amount of deaths, although he's not quite the least amount of kills, and low hill time as well. He hasn't really found himself to be able to contribute. Now, sometimes the games just play out that way, so look for him to try and pick things up a little bit in these next coming hills. But either way, OpTic Gaming doing a pretty solid job. Prim's got 2 gunfights in front of him, leaves that second player weak. Should be an easy trade for Formal. There you go.
Listen, I can almost guarantee you, regardless of whoever Mindfreak faces, if you have Fida at 13 and 25, they're probably going to be struggling in the hard point, right, Chance?
Absolutely. Fida, though, inside the hill, trying to get some time. So, again, a little bit scrappy. Yes, OpTic Gaming does have a pretty sizable and pretty comfortable lead, but if Mindfreak does a halfway decent job on this red hill, the restaurant hill, and make sure they get the rotation, that's where OpTic Gaming kind of blew out the lead as well. Mindfreak could claw their way back into it.
We'll have to see if that comes into play. Karma trying to stay alive top red. You've got Formal winning gunfights middle street. He's now 27 and 15 as he just seems to be so comfortable now with the submachine gun. The man just doesn't miss. As OpTic Gaming fans have got to love to see just how good he's been in this role for his team.
Absolutely. Mindfreak is kind of stuck back as well. Now they're kind of at the decision point where, like, do they want to even try to push for this time? Because then they're risking losing spawns. Because you see, yes, they do get control of the hill, but now Karma's behind him. He has 2 players, 1 shot. Shock's just over to the side, and Karma's ready for it as well. Recognizes that, knows where 3 players are going to be positioned, even goes towards the hill. So just a very rough hill. OpTic Gaming trying to win this one here. Mindfreak now has to flood in, which Dance is trying to do just that. Has to not die because I think OpTic can win here. Yes, they put the pressure on, so Mindfreak Dream is not dead yet, but OG, they just need 4.
It's on its last breath, so for this final hard point here at Winery. It looks like on the opposite side of the map, Karma's trying to play spoiler for those spawns. Not going to happen quite yet. The challenge coming in from Formal. There's 2 dead. The green wall beginning to surge on through. Scump with 1 more. Karma on the pinch. Last player in the hard point is dead. GG. OpTic will take map number 1, 250 to 151.
off the back of Formal's nice looking 31-17. Again, kind of pointed out the second hill might have been a little problematic, but that was only the case the first time around. The second time around, OpTic basically played it perfectly. I think Formal was the player that was around ammo, but he makes the rotation over to Arches incredibly quickly, so the in-game adjustments were there. What more can you say? I think everyone from OpTic went positive. Very commanding win, and nice bounce back as well, just to be like, yo, Mindfreak, we got you in hardpoint. It was a fluke. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's map number 1 in the books, and yeah, I like how you put that. OpTic from the first 2 weeks of Division A now to here after that rough loss to Mindfreak in the hardpoint last time, to come back and say, hey, that wasn't really us there. And not only are the OpTic players happy to see that, but I'm sure the Green Wall fans as well, for OpTic to now be up 1-0 and to bounce back after last night's rough loss. I think you saw Krim tweet like something like, at a loss for words, like pretty frustrated with that series yesterday. But Era, they seem to be the real deal at this point so far through week 3 of Division A. But moving forward now in the series, we already mentioned they ran back map 1. We're going to run back map 2 from the last time they faced off on London Docks. And you said that one went to a round 11 last time, correct, Chance?
Correct, and so we talked about the improvements that OpTic had to make in the hard point. Well, now Mindfreak, their opportunity is to make some improvements in the search and destroy. So, I mean, how many round 11s did they even have on Docks the first 2 weeks that they just couldn't close out? Yep. So, chalk OpTic up for another one of those. But maybe if they fix their game, I know, like, you know, the FG meta is no longer with us. Now we have a bunch of STGs. Maybe that kind of manipulates the way that Mindfreak wants to play on London Docks. There's any number of factors that at least gives Mindfreak the opening to have a better game. But then at the same time, you look at OpTic, think about some of the individual performances they have had on this map. This is where, when they were going toe-to-toe against Rise, where Crim6 dropped like 16 or 17 kills, to exist, right? Because, like, even if they have a bad year, let's say Call of Duty hypothetically lasts for another 7 years going strong and they dominate until they're 95, then, like, a couple bad events, maybe even a bad year, doesn't matter. We got a ridiculous amount of Call of Duty to be played. We got the rest of these weeks, we got playoffs, then we have an entire other season plus like 4 more open events or something ridiculous like that on top of champs, whatever it is. So no, OpTic Gaming definitely gonna try and return to form. Either way though, Mindfreak, they're gonna be on offense first. A lot of times their setup, they play very spread out across the map and they play for picks. We'll see if they do something similar here, Jack.
Let's see if it happens. Smoke off middle in the Expeditionary class, trying to play some mind games. Karma sees right through it as he's already at front beer.
And this is a hard read from OpTic Gaming to kind of indicate that, yes, they did their research, because they basically gave up A completely, surrounded this B bomb site, and that's where everyone from Mindfreak is.
Yep.
Or Scump, though, wins that first gunfight. That bomb it isn't necessarily stuck, and they might actually be able to get the plant, because you see Karma, he's thinking about the flank, not mid-map control, and that bomb is getting planted from mid.
Yeah, it's a very challenging gunfight for Karma if he does go for that flank. Bomb does get planted in the 3-on-3. Karma got some great timing out of Shocks. I'm not sure if he was spotted. He'll rotate back towards middle, and it looks like they'll begin to develop towards this side of the map. 29 seconds remaining, and here comes the pressure. They know one's underground. Do they expect Buzzo to be around this corner?
They do, but Buzzo's still able to win one gunfight. Scump's going for the trade. He's able to do just that, but the player inside is trades on trades, and now Formal, he has to push. Shocks is just going to play for time. He just has to stay alive, and Shocks, because Formal just shot, knows that he is there. I don't think Formal has enough time. You got to get 7.5 seconds, so very nice play by Shocks, but that's the situation. OpTic Gaming, they get first blood. They kind of give up the bomb plant because Karma's thinking about the flank, and then they just take such a long time to go for the trades. Now, granted, they were just, you know, a couple bullets away from clutching up, but solid first round for Mindfreak.
Yeah, and it's crazy that you typically see maybe one person get towards underpass, but to kind of play that entire side of the map, even with Shocks all the way towards back garage, the clock is so in favor of Mindfreak in that scenario. Now up 1-0, what can OpTic Gaming do on the offensive?
Smoking out, going straight to A. That bomb is going to be leading the charge. That's Karma, but he does have a player on the other side, Fida, that he might have to deal with. But Scump obviously rocking the STG as well. Scump is actually pretty disgusting with this at times. Either way, though, Karma, he's just going to get picked off. So there you go. First blood towards Mindfreak.
First blood towards Mindfreak. Formal still by these beer stairs. Crim6 going to be the one to make the next play, and Buzzo turns at the worst time. Free kill for Krim. He's going to get challenged here from water stairs, but immediately snaps onto Dens to make it a 2v1. And there's the cleanup. OG tie it 1-1.
And that should not happen. That's a gunfight Krim should not win. And he's shaking his hand. I don't know if his hand's cold because his shot is looking very, very warm.
I like that.
Either way, though, yeah, that's about as good as it gets for OpTic Gaming that round. Nice bounce back. Crim's looking good. We talked about the individual performance he's had. Just gets 3 that round. Has a nice nade. Has a gunfight that's just absurd. But either way, Mindfreak back on the attack. They showed off a little bit of new stuff. Instead of going for the full 4-man spread, they did it off the rip, but then they focused on B. It looks like we might have something pretty similar here in this situation. It's actually not the case. Shox is going to be playing aggressive. No, he's not. He's hanging back now. So, yeah, similar spot. Crim6, though, that's just not even a bullet he absorbs in that situation. Easy first blood.
And Karma keeps getting in towards Beer. At some point, I feel like that's going to spell disaster for Mindfreak. They've spotted Dens. And yeah, Karma's already pushed up. Again, there you go. I knew it was going to come into play at some point. They keep giving Karma so much map positioning. And right there, it pays off for OpTic Gaming.
And all what Mindfreak really has to do to kind of expose that defensive setup, it's just go to A. They're having no pressure A. They're putting a lot of pressure mid-map on the water steps, and then Karma kind of pushes up into Beer. But if Mindfreak would just go A, which they have almost never shown, again, if they can make the mid-game adjustments, maybe Mindfreak can at least get a one decent offensive round. But either way, they got to clutch up on defense as well. OpTic Gaming trying to get 3 in a row.
OpTic, we know they like to favor A, especially with those smokes. Formal does know at least one cross towards that mid-statue. That's a well-placed nade. It's not going to hit Dens, and then Scump getting first blooded by Shox.
Another first blood to go Mindfreak's way. Have a nice 2-2 split. However, OpTic has clutched 1 3v4 before. It's a little bit different situation because the kills didn't instantly trade it out, because now OpTic is in just, we got to play for picks mode. You see the rotations coming back to B, because that's where Crim6 is trying to lead that charge. Buzzo, by the way, 1 shot.
Wait, they had no one watch the cross.
Hunting.
Crim6 has made it up into this close corner. Yeah, no one watches the cross. Crim just sprints forward, challenges Buzzo, and now it's Karma with another kill out of Dens. Unacceptable setup for Mindfreak there.
And again, just not good in-round adjustments. Now Karma gets the bomb down, gets out with his life as well, and you see Crim6 is very close to streaks. Now you just leave it for Formal and Karma.
Ooh. All right, that's the opening. There's another. Wow. Crim, to clutch this round, would need to get both these kills, obviously, but also would get him fully streaked out. That's not going to happen. Mindfreak, I said how poorly it was set up for them as they let that plant go down, but you can make the same argument back for OpTic as they just challenged 3 gunfights that they really didn't need to.
Got to win the gunfights, man. But yeah, Crim6 there, I think it's a tough call. Like, do you try and win the round or do you try and go for streaks? He tried to win the round and he got paid the price. And if you get those, maybe they guarantee another round. So it's an interesting debate. I don't think there's really a correct answer there, though.
I guess the other thing is, all of them just stationary, kind of just get gunned by the player peeking. Do you want to see them maybe shoulder peeking more, not leaving themselves out so open? Scump gets first blooded again at lower docks. There's a second kill now. Buzzo gets challenged by Karma to put it to a 2v2.
Yeah, Buzzo just getting stunned out there. Fido, though, still in the aggression. Spots Formal out. They have the opportunity to get the bomb down. Dens is going to do just that. Now Fido needs to not die, and he is able to get out of dodge. Ooh. Dens doing a very nice job watching the cross. Just got to win the gunfight. Now it's going to be Karma in a 1v2, and he does not last long. You see the crossfire coming in, but it's what we were trying to say. Mindfreak, they have the opportunity to go A. Scump was playing very aggressive by himself in 10, and then, of course, he gets team shot. So maybe Scump gets the first blood, but even if he does that, instantly gets traded out, and then you see Mindfreak has control. So now the question is, does OpTic Gaming stack that or maybe play a little bit more passive the next round on defense? Always got to think about the meta game of the search and destroy.
I like that. I like that. What do they do on offense this time around? Looks like they will slowly develop towards A. And this position is something that we've seen from TJ before when just protecting those lower docks. He just plays all the way underground. Dens challenges middle, and Formal's ready for him with that AR.
Just gets him by a bullet, and Crim6 win his one-on-one gunfight as well. So the gunfight dominance coming out on top so far for this round for OpTic, but we've seen it clutch before.
And Crim killing Buzzo. They know that's the only guy that's been playing B, so what do? They instantly send 3 over there. They go for this plant. Makes a lot of sense. They've begun to recognize that Mindfreak setup.
Yeah, and Karma is basically just a sacrificial lamb in that situation. He's going to die on bomb. Formal, of course, behind enemy lines. He should have at least one easy kill for him, despite the fact that a player actually just ran right behind him. That is Call of Duty timing at its finest, but
oh my goodness,
he'll have the kill. That's no problem. Crim6 will just take it for himself. Either way, he wants to have nice stats, man. He's 8-3. He's having a good game.
Fida here is just going to play for his streaks. If we look at the side of OpTic, so this makes sense. They know they killed the bomb planter, so Karma's not going to earn these points with the bomb exploding. You might as well play streaks left in a 1v3 if you're Fida here. 2 kills, a bomb plant and a kill, a bomb plant and an assist would earn him streaks in this game. Well within reach, and the game just going to be 3-3. Makes sense.
And so now, of course, Fida has the opportunity. He can take the bomb next round. I think he'll need a plant and a kill, or just a plant and let the bomb explode. But this means Mindfreak. They might take the chance to just try and force the bomb plant down. Take some smokes over to B, smoke out mid-cut. Make sure you don't push too far through lights. And if you get it down, you might be able to get out of dodge. And it looks like they're just going to go for the bit of a spread once again. Actually, Fida playing very aggressive over on these steps.
We've seen Mindfreak before just not give their guy who's closest streaks the bomb, no matter what the scenario is. Here comes Fida for the challenge on Scump. Scump having a rough game in lower dock so far, it feels like. 2 versus 2, now 2v1. Fida by himself.
Yeah, and Shox was by himself as well, out in no man's land, and then Crim6 actually loses the gunfight. There you go. That is huge. He gets one, looking for more. He's still weak, though. Doesn't want to challenge. He's just trying to keep Formal distracted. Might be trying to waste enough bullets to figure out when he reloads, and there you go. Has one opening, and now he's free to make a move.
Wow, look at this pacing. Oh, they both just go out of each other's sights.
And check where that bomb is down. Not near Fida.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun, though. Does Formal think he crossed back to B? It does appear so. 35 seconds left. Does he just wait for Fida to go for a plant? I mean, he's got to be worried about these streaks, right? If Fida plants his bomb, he earns everything.
And more importantly, if he plants the bomb, he has streaks to just kind of certifiably win the round. So yeah, he'll have the glide bomb. Now Fida can run all the way to the back of the map, sit underground, sit in whatever lonely dark corner you want. Just wait a couple seconds, call in the streak. But at the same time, you got to get the timing right because you don't want Formal to defuse. Formal, though, still a little bit far away from this bomb.
And he's got to know there's no mountain on Formal at this point, right? Didn't see him there. Don't think Formal spotted him either. Now he'll get eyes on. No glide bomb yet. This is a tough, tough gunfight. Oh, he can see that bomb getting picked up and dropped. Formal tries to challenge. He's one shot. Now he should just streak, right? There you go. Should get there in time. Yep. Formal can't get away. Nice use of streaks there to win the round.
What do you think about using the mortar over the glide bomb? This is an incredibly small detail. He makes the right play, wins the round. Very solid job from Fida, but I think the glide bomb probably a more valuable streak, you'd say? Like, would you rather just use the mortar to keep him off the bomb, or do you just guarantee the kill there?
With 18 seconds left in that round, I think when he called him that streak, I think if Formal sprints right at him, gets that kill as he calls in the streak, and runs back, he can still defuse in time.
Either way, again, Fida makes
it. Here's what I'm saying. He knows he doesn't have mountain, right? So glide bomb is basically a guaranteed kill versus mortar, where Formal sprinted right at him unless he placed 1 on the bomb and then 2 trailing at him. There might have been a chance where Formal dodges the mortar, kills him, and runs back to defuse at like 7.7 on the clock. I don't know. You can make an argument for either way. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm just going slightly insane.
Yeah, I mean, he gets the round win. Ultimately, it really doesn't matter. Just something to think about, I guess. But Shox, though, evening things out, this is another situation where, not just OpTic Gaming, but where a team gets first blood and then someone just gets picked off with no traits coming into sight. Now Buzzo, he's in a very common spot. Scump makes the right read, has the right gun for the occasion as well. Of course, Fida still has streaks, but working at a man disadvantage. Question is, does he check every corner? Because Scump is in this back building. Fida looks like he's going to be mildly prepared for it, but not an easy gunfight to win. And yeah, Scump's just going to come out on top. So there you go. Good round for OpTic.
I feel like every round we've seen so far, Scump has been involved in one of those extremely close moments where he can either make it a 4v3 in favor of his team, or it'll become a 3v4. There it was, would it become a 3v2 for OpTic or a 3v2 for Mindfreak? He wins it there to give him the advantage, but Scump's sitting at that 6-5 now. I feel like every kill or death he's had has been right in one of those moments.
Still, though, with the streaks in the hands of Fida, you have to imagine they have at least a small advantage here. If they get the bomb down, they should just be able to win the round. Now, it's basically Mindfreak. Just make sure you don't get picked off. And so, Shox just figured out there are 2 players over by the A site. We should be able to overpower them in B. You just can't get picked off.
And Crim does have mountain on. if a streak does come into play. Karma does not, on the other hand. Bomb now getting planted. I hear them saying of native bomb, and native bomb, will it kill the player? That's not going to happen. And now on a 4v4 with the ability to play all the way in the back of the map, I don't see how they lose this round.
And Fighter should just run, though. He has the streaks. He shouldn't be one of the first guys to take a gunfight, because now OpTic has an interesting opportunity to get the retake. And there you go. Formal gets the first blood. It's going to be a 3v3. Of course, OpTic doesn't have a lot of time, but Karma gets the second. Denz is going to be able to take one now, but now he's by himself. His teammate's coming in the back. Shock's able to get one, coming down to the 1v1, and he comes out on top. Mindfreak, man, they make it interesting, but damn it if they don't make it fun.
Shocks clutches the 1v1 gunfight. He knew Crim6 had the challenge. Wins that round for his team, and they're 1 round away from tying the series 1-1.
Oh my God, it just pains me. Like, why not fight it? Just run away and go play in the ground. Like, maybe you don't want to get
why
shot
is
in
he
the
not
back,
the one in the back garage?
Just guarantee the win, because if you don't guarantee it, like if they lose that round, if Shocks doesn't win that gunfight, now they're down 5-4. Now you have to use the streaks because you're trying to win 2 rounds. Of course, though, OpTic full well knowing that the streaks are going to be there. And Fight is just playing so aggressive with it. Sees a player over fire. And there you go, Crim6 first blood. And that's the worst player you want out of it for OpTic. Crim with 13 kills, but now it's up to Formal and Karma.
Now it's up to Karma.
Jeez.
We're about to have ourselves a 1-1 series. OpTic said their search and destroy was their weakness, and it's showing right here. Karma now a 1v3, no bomb in hand. Everything stacked against him.
Got spotted as well. Denz definitely saw him. He's trapped in from both sides. He has to go lower, but you can even see Shocks. He's sitting mid-map just to watch the cross out to the outset. Mindfreak, incredible last round, actually. That was probably the most dominant one we've seen.
Yeah.
They only used 1 streak. He only used 1 streak in the 1v1, had 2 more at his disposal. You don't need the streaks if you can do it with your guns. Solid game number.